Hey 5M, here's your warm-up problems. Remember what the word of means. That will help you out a lot in this. Go ahead and do these now. Alright, you're back. So here are your answers. Also, you need to make sure that in story problems you have labels. Hopefully you remember that of means multiply. Alright, today's lesson is going to be reviewing fractions, of adding them, subtracting them, and multiplying them. Your lesson objective is I can add, subtract, and multiply fractions. First, let's do a quick review. These ones to the left are adding and subtracting, as you can see, adding, subtracting, and these ones over here are multiplying. So let's start over here on the left. The first thing when you're adding and subtracting fractions you need to remember is that you have to have common denominators. So if you look here, 18 and 18, we already have those common denominators. So all we need to do is add the top. Remember, it's like if you had 5/18 of a cake and then you ate 18 cakes more, okay? So you're gonna leave your denominator the same. Still have 18ths left, okay? And you're just gonna add your numerators. So 5 plus 8 is 13. Okay, so adding and subtracting fractions, leave your denominator the same, add or subtract only the numerators. Now, sometimes you'll come across addition or subtraction problems that look like this one down here, and their denominators are not like, or not common, okay? We have a 6 and a 4. Remember, Math Antics taught us a quick way to find common denominators, and that's to take your denominator and pass it over to your other side of the fraction. So this 4 is going to go over here, and I'm going to multiply times 4, and if you do it to the bottom or top, you have to do it to the bottom. And then this 6 we're going to bring over to this side, so we're crossing those denominators. We're going to take 6 times 6. Okay, this is going to give us some new fractions. So 2 times 4 is 8. 6 times 4 is 24. Then we're going to multiply on this side. 1 times 6 is 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, by multiplying the denominators by the other side, it gave us, now we have common denominators. So now, just like before, just like up here, we can just add the numerators. So our denominator is going to stay 24. Now this one happens to be subtraction, so we're going to do 8 minus 6 is 2. Okay, so 2 24ths. That's adding and subtracting, so make sure you have those common denominators. That's one side of your worksheet for today. On the other side of your worksheet, you're going to be multiplying fractions. If you remember from last week, multiplying fractions is just multiplying the top times the top and the bottom times the bottom. Pretty simple. So 1 times 2 is 2, and 5 times 3 is 15. 2/15. Now, this doesn't matter if this is just two fractions. Remember, if it's a whole number, you can turn it into a fraction by putting 1 as the denominator and still multiplying numerator by numerator, denominator times denominator. Or you might have something like this that has more than one fraction. Same rule applies, okay? Multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators. So 1 times 1 is 1, times 1 again is 1, times 1 again is 1. So it's still 1. Okay, and then down here, 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12, times 3 is 36. Okay, so we have a lot smaller fractional pieces our answer when we multiply these fractions, and the reason is, if you have half a pizza and you cut that in half, we're going to end up with a fourth. And then if you cut that in thirds, that fourth into thirds, you're going to end up with twelfths. And if you cut that little 12th into thirds again, you're going to end up with 1/36 of a pizza. Okay? Your assignment today is to complete worksheets pages 1 and 2 on adding, subtracting, and multiplying fractions. When you're done, have those graded, and then you can complete math boxes on page 263 and 267. If you have questions, make sure you ask. And also, if you get stuck, you're welcome to look at the Math Antics videos I've linked below reviewing, adding, and subtracting, as well as multiplying fractions. All right, guys, work hard.